Hi everyone. This is Anusha Jaiswal, currently working as a senior site leader with Amazon, and I'm here to talk about my journey with Amazon and my overall career. I started my career in 2004 with Dell International Services, and now that when I go back and look at 18 plus years of my journey, it has been enriching, it has been exciting, it has been challenging, and it has been consistent. A little about my background in education. I am born and brought up in Hyderabad. Extremely fortunate to be um, attending or being a part of Rosary Convent school, and I've completed my graduation in computer and electronic from Osmania University. About my background in terms of my career history, I started off as a resolution expert in 2004 with Dell Financial Services, and moved up the ladder to take on various roles that gave me a lot of empowerment to decide what field or what roles and responsibilities would be of my best interest, and it'll help me proceed further on my career journey. So I went on to take up a customer experience coach role, which is nothing but a quality analyst, and then grew up the ladder to become a people manager. And across my people management role in Dell, I worked with customer care and sales, uh, both online and offline sales. And that was a very interesting and a fun role that also taught me a lot on how we can be on top of results, like from deliver results to dive deep, and also be aggressive sometimes in your approach, because you can't wait for a sale to end, or you had these crazy targets to meet. So it was a very interesting role, but I should say it was slightly stressful as well, but I really enjoyed. Journey at Amazon has been super exciting. I had taken a 3 months break in my career to take care of my son, who was 18 months old. But I also had very supportive family who encouraged me to join back basis my interest that I had with my own career. And I was super ambitious about achieving my goals. And Amazon just happened through a ex-boss who reached out, and like you can always call it a referral. And I said, why not? I gave my interview when I started off with operation managers leading a team of 15 members. And I joined Amazon during the crazy times when Hyderabad was just 2,000 employees to in CS specifically, which is customer service, to 15,000 plus employees as we speak now. Um, and we were in this whole transition of acquiring new businesses, new launches. So I was very fortunate to be a part of 5 business launches across customer service. Integral in terms of launching North America phones. That was a business that we were trying to acquire for the very first time. It went with a 25-member team, a very successful pilot, and we went on to um, take almost 40% of the overall worldwide volume as we speak. Spent about good 5 years with CS, done roles as both operations and a program manager, leading programs across CS India, which was my core responsibility was to standardize businesses and processes across. Um, And then I decided to take a risk in my career, because obviously from a comfort perspective, you spend 5.5 years with an organization where you've been a part of critical business launches, done program management as well. So I was looking for a role outside which gave me both operations and program management, and then decided to move to account health support, and currently leading as a site leader for the last 3+ years. So we have 5 different sites across the globe, which is Singapore, Barcelona, Manila, Phoenix, and Hyderabad. And Hyderabad being the largest site, we have line specialists that constantly deal with selling partners in terms of helping them through their enforcement. We are extremely seller centric, and also focus a lot on the seller sentiment. We are a 24/7 operations. We support IN, MENA, EU, and North America regions. And yeah, it's really nice to be a part of this team. And on the site, we also have um, workforce management, we have escalations and help desk teams, and we have tools and program owners that support our business. What my day looks like, it is typically I segregate between my people priorities and my business priorities, and also we plan to give a lot of time for our global stakeholders. So I typically do like a mid shift where I start my day about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and sometimes try to wrap up by 11, 12 o'clock, so that I also get a balanced approach in terms of my sleeping patterns. But I should say that all my career, almost 12 to 14 years of my career, I was super flexible in terms of moving to various roles or teams or businesses, and timings were never a criteria for me, because I always believe that if you're interested in a role and that excites you, and that will also give you high visibility in the way that your work is valued and appreciated, and you can constantly innovate on behalf of your customers, then shifts was never a constraint. So all my life I did night shifts, and now because we run a 24/7 operations, I kind of flex in to give time for my IN and EU teams, and also half time to my North America team. So that's how I do like a mid shift. Um, my day is obviously, it starts off with review of key priorities, and all the HS program updates, and majority of my team, because we constantly have to review the progress, help the teams in terms of making strategic decisions. So there's a lot of dependency from the teams in terms of getting a series of approvals, but that does not stop the team members to have their own level of empowerment, which is given, be it at a specialist level or an ops manager level leading a team of 15 employees. We ensure that every individual has their own empowerment to make the decisions, unless anything which is a site level, or be it an escalation where sometimes you just need a second opinion. So those things, keep flowing, and I have to kind of review that. I make a conscious effort to establish a personal connection with each member through, we have something called as happy hours with Anusha, where earlier we used to do this. We used to do like, board meetings, like skip level meetings. For those who don't know what are skip level meetings, we try to accommodate or encourage employees to come and speak to us, be it both positive, any opportunities and challenges they face at work, and how we can constantly hear the voice of the employee and constantly help. Because for Amazon specifically, we only work, our priorities are across our people and our customers, and everything works backwards. So for me to be able to achieve all the business deliverables and goals, I have to ensure that my people are happy. For that, you will always, if I'm not sitting in my office, you will always find me on the floor, walking the floor, listening to what the sellers have to say, chatting with the employees, distributing, a small token of appreciation from the sellers or anything. So I ensure that I block some time to give people, that ability to converse, be open, and we do not work at a hierarchy where levels and positions are taken into an account. For us, everybody on the team is equally considered equal. Um, and yeah, and obviously you have different stages of the year where you are responsible for goal planning, you're responsible for building the KPIs, that is, key performance indicators. I also, I'm responsible for running the high velocity events. Now, as we speak, we are in the peak uh, of Amazon, where it's nothing but it's the busiest time of the year, where most of the sales are open for our customers. I'm sure you would have heard about um, Black Fridays and Cyber Mondays, and we run this across 19 countries. So I lead all those efforts too. From my If I talk about my own milestones at Amazon, apart from just doing my day-to-day responsibilities of leading the site and working with my people, I'm also the India People Leader for Selling Partner Services, where I drive the diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives for all across SPS teams. I'm responsible for the 3-year vision planning. It's a very Amazon way of planning ahead. So if we think that there is an idea that we have, then how we can start thinking about it today so that it is available for our customers and our employees. So we give it because certain ideas take time, certain ideas are like just do it. We also run an accelerate program, which is nothing but it's like a seller conference where we invite sellers for conferences to speak their heart out, to share their uh, positives, their opportunities and challenges, and also we give them a forward-looking view in terms of what's in store for them, and how we can partner to continue to being loyal and build that trust between our selling partners. We did talk a little about the performance management and goal owner. So I run that for worldwide account health support teams, and leader for Prime and Peak. And diversity and inclusion is very close to my heart. I always encourage women employees to take on various roles. Even when we evaluate, we are pretty cognizant of the fact that are we looking into it equally. From It's nothing to do with a ratio between women and men, but the talent is appreciated, and we also look for areas and spaces where people can feel more inclusive and equal opportunities are given across genders as well. I think it is important, once you kind of settle in your career, you constantly need to have mentors, and you need to have sponsors in terms of grooming you, coaching you constantly. Sometimes you're just stuck with making decisions, or sometimes you're having a bad day, sometimes you have a peer conflict, or sometimes It is as simple as the whole interest that you have, right? Maybe you're not being recognized or appreciated for the work that you've done. So it is so important that you look up to your mentors, and you should be able to talk and get a second opinion about how you feel, and they just keep you super honest if the decision I'm making is right or wrong, because of the amount of experience they have. They constantly are in a position to guide you. Obviously, at the end of the day, the decision is yours, but having a second opinion is so critical. And I always remember my mentor would constantly remind me that nothing lasts forever, and we should be thankful for everything that we have and enjoy in the present. So yeah, about navigating the paths to success at Amazon is, obviously we just swear by the leadership principles that we have, and it is so true that if we constantly review, adhere to our leadership principles, then you continuously learn and you're able to excel through your operations. In the process, you're looking for talented people. Um, and I think the biggest mantra of being successful, in just not in Amazon but across your career, is to hire smarter people than you, right? Because obviously you have experience, but um, we have to keep looking around to find talent both internally and externally, so that uh, we need to have those great minds coming onto the team and helping us um, develop and improve from a business excellence perspective. So talent development, both internally for us, retention of talent is super critical. But the way I like to run a business is that we grow 70%, 60 to 70% of the folks internally, where we have a career path for them. But I also encourage external talent, because a mix of varied minds and point of views and people thinking out of the box is so critical for any organization to be successful. I do have a lot of cherished moments at Amazon, be it with the launch of any like North America international phones in CS. Just to tell you all a short story about the successes, because I come from a international calling background, with experiences I had with Dell International Services, where we spoke to the customers. And when we started at Amazon, we supported only two channels, which was chat and email, in 2014. And I constantly used to ask my business leaders that why don't we have a calling option, because I know that Amazon provides calling processes for North America customers. So they gave me this challenge. In fact, my director gave me this challenge that, Anusha, if you can make this project successful, then we can get this business, and we can ensure that obviously it's going to be super positive for Hyderabad too. So we started this whole launch journey with 25 people, both in Hyderabad and Delhi site. And within from the launch till a quarter and beyond, for consistently a year, we were number one on the network across 45 sites. So from bringing in the right talent to developing them and to driving results, I think we were super successful, and this was one of the biggest launches. And of course, now we have international business across different organizations. Um, then expansion of AHS, any operations was another add-on. We did not. This was never a plan. When I spoke to my boss that why are we not doing international phones, he said, "Are you sure that you all can cater to North America sellers, and I said yes, why not? And um, then return to office strategy and planning was another critical experience from us working virtually as part of this whole pandemic experience to bringing back employees back to work and running at a business as usual situation was slightly difficult, but it was super successful for account health support high team to return to office. We were one of the earliest teams to move back to office. The only reason being that working from office always is an experience, is a positive experience where you have someone to lean on, you have your seniors on the side, you have your leadership, um, and maybe some traits and expertise and experiences are kind of camouflaged when you're working virtually, versus working at office is always super fun and exciting. um, yeah, we did launch MENA operations, and we did talk about being a 24 by 7 operations in Hyderabad. So those are my most cherished moments. When it comes to work-life balance, I think for me, my biggest mantra is love yourself. So I make sure that I balance my time in terms of taking care of myself first, because I strongly believe if I cannot take care of myself, then I cannot take care of my family back at home. I'm not in the right energies to drive this big team where people look up to me for a lot of direction and decisions. So I ensure that I'm I'm a fitness freak. I wouldn't say freak, but I work out to eat because I love food so much. I ensure that I also burn what I'm eating so that I can continue to enjoy different type of cuisine. I also like to cook, plus I also like to eat. Going to the gym, spending about an hour is my day-to-day routine. I do not miss that unless there's something critical. That even means if I'm traveling for work. There's this newly found hobby which we've acquired, like a group of four friends. We started to go started with tennis coaching, and it's about 8 months. And our coach thinks that we are ready to play matches, which I'm not too sure about his confidence, but I'll humbly accept it. Yeah, I think the secret to a healthier and work-life balance is you need to plan your day. You have to take those timely quarterly vacations. I think if you're eating 4 days right, um, your week looks really good. You can just indulge in whatever junk or anything that you enjoy most. So that is something that I have been following for almost 10, 11 years, if I may say so, and I have been consistent. Honestly, you just have to give time for yourself. For me, because we do so much throughout the day, be it for your family, for your team at work, that 1 hour is so relaxing that you also give time for yourself. So for me, everything starts with me and ends with me. And I think it worked really well, touch wood, so far. My leadership style has been pretty simple. I think, one, even if you ask my team members, I'm known for being very strategic in nature, how I can ensure that I'm delivering the results, um, being competitive, but in a very positive way. I will not, it's not like we do not share our best practices. As we speak, Hyderabad is the best site across the network, across all goals. But that does not stop us from helping. That does not stop us from reaching out to teams who are doing really good. For me, what I've learned in the last 18 years is if someone is able to achieve something, then you need to copy shamelessly, instead of reinventing the wheel. So I think strategize with vision, execute with precision, and nurture a culture of innovation and collaboration has been my leadership mantra. Amazon strongly believes in giving back to the community, and this is something that I honestly have learned here in the last 9 years. Be it CS, be it SPS, different teams across Amazon um, definitely give time to the community, and we have quarterly events where we ensure that we take time out, be it cultural fed, food feds that we run. We drive that across the facility just to ensure that anything that comes out from the feds or any little thing that we do as part of giving back to the community, then we help small community or organizations that will help um, you know, supporting various small scale businesses led by women. Or this is one example of an event that we had um, last quarter. Tons of things that help me, that keep me happy working at Amazon. One, my tenure itself says it all. I have been in Amazon for about 9 years, and there has never been a dull moment or a dull day. I think my team keeps me super happy. We are more of a family where it comes to working at AHS. We ensure that every individual across levels, across roles are taken care of. Like just yesterday, we had like a pre-peak hangama. So whenever there is a high stress full days coming in, I wouldn't even say stressful. Honestly, with Amazon, there was never stress. There's a lot of work. I will not deny to the fact, but you will also get enough and best support across where you can be successful. So yeah, it's been a great journey from being from being able to drive positive customer and seller experience to building a culture of building slash retaining the culture of day one, successful strategies and execution, and how we can fail fast. When I say that, um, the best part about the organization is it allows you to reinvent on behalf of the employees and sellers or customers. You have an idea, you can execute, but the only way to do it is you need to be quick enough to analyze and assess that you're failing, pause, reset, and maybe try something else. So learning from your failures has been critical, and how you can develop talent within your team, and also attract talent from external teams. And of course, continuous innovation, because we are at the end of the year now. The year cannot next year cannot be as 2023. You have to innovate on behalf of your employees too. But sometimes it's the same metrics, but how challenging you can make that for your teams. What are the both from a process expertise to identifying defects and helping the employees navigate to bring out the best of them is our responsibility. So continuously innovating is also one aspect that keeps us going and makes me really happy working at Amazon. Yeah, with that, I hope you liked my journey with Amazon and my overall career and experiences that I had to share. I really enjoyed talking, taking you all through my journey, and it also created so much of nostalgia when I was also taking you all through my own career journey. It does not seem that I've spent 18 years, because it feels just I'm just starting off, and there's so much more for me to do in my coming years. And I wish each one of you the best.